Hey everybody, welcome back. This is day 5 of 31 Days of Halloween, and as always, I am filming in the daytime because I am a scaredy bitch, and I don't want to film at night. I think there's a game, because we're gonna play the Candyman game, and I think you have to do that at like a certain amount of time at night, so... But I'd have to look it up and stuff. But we're literally filming this like right after I filmed yesterday's video, so if it seems like it, that's because it is. But anyways, today we have another pretty famous urban legend, and another urban legend that was, really, really popular, when I was a kid, and I'm sure it's still like told, to this day. But I have to say that the first time I heard this story, it really, really, really freaked me out. It's called The Killer in the Backseat, or High Beams. Let's get this episode started. But anyways, hold on, y'all. Not that one. Fuck that one. No. Bye. Did it die? Nope, it did not die. But anyways, so the story goes that a girl was driving home from like a school event. I think it was like a school dance, school football game. I don't really remember exactly. But she's driving her old car, and she's just driving along, and she notices that a car behind her is following her. Like, every turn she took, he would take the same turn. So of course, obviously, she would be freaked out. And every time, and every once in a while, the driver would behind her would turn on his high beams, and she's thinking, oh my god, he's trying to distract her so she can like lose focus and he can, get to her. So she just rushes all the way home. Mind you, this guy in the car behind her is, still driving behind her, just following her like literally everywhere. And and of course, so she literally flies home, races into the driveway, and the man who was following her was still like in the back, like still like had pulled up beside her. So she runs out, tells them to call the police. So they call the police, and as they are arresting the man in the car behind her, he says, it's not me you want, it's him. Crouched behind the driver's seat of the girl's car was a man with a knife. And so basically what happened was, the guy in the car behind her saw the man get in but didn't have time to warn the girl, so he got into the car and followed them. And every time the man in the back seat, behind the driver's seat, reached up to unalive the girl, the man behind her would turn on his high beams, and the man in the back of the seat would duck down, afraid that he would be caught. So basically, this man saved this girl's life. Because imagine if man in the other car didn't see Killer Man get into the back seat, and the girl would have died. So it's like, and you finish the story and you never really think about things like that, but it's true. What what would have happened if she if he hadn't have seen the guy? But let's do the outro. And so yeah, that's a really creepy story. But anyways, guys, you are so amazing, and as always, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.